Oh, hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday. I think I'm going to start a GoFundMe for myself. And everybody can donate to it and shoot me into space like they did those 6 women. I heard somewhere that they said it costs like $35,000 per person to go into space for like 8 minutes. So that's all I need is $35,000 or whatever it is. Does anybody want to go with me to space? Or I'll have to go by myself. I bet you Colby would go to space with me. Oh, what's up, Austin? You don't want to go to space with me, man? Come on, man. You know, I posted something on Twitter yesterday, or the other day, and I was being serious. You know, I wish Jeff Bezos. He's the one that owns that company, Blue Origin. That's going to be doing like commercial space flight type deal. Anyway, I said Jeff Bezos should have shot, you know, a bunch of flat earthers into space instead of Katy Perry and Gayle King. Because for anybody who's on X, all everyone's doing is saying that that they didn't actually go into space. The whole thing was fake. It was like a movie. But they live streamed the launch. There was people there. Fucking Oprah was there. Oprah was at the launch. It was funny. So I guess after they landed, you know, of course they had to ask, you know, what did it look like? Did you see the curvature of the earth? And she said, yeah, I saw the curvature of the earth. And of course, all the flat earth people are like, oh, this is all a stunt to try to make people think that the earth is, you know, not flat. It's like, what? People are retarded, man. Now they're saying that Katy Perry is like some sort of paid psyop to prove that the earth isn't flat. Like, what? Of all the people, you know what? Hey, you know what we need to do? All these flat earth people are coming out. More and more people are starting to understand that the earth is really flat and not the globe. So what we should do, you know what we should do? We should get Katy Perry and Gayle King and put them in a rocket, and we'll shoot them into space, or we'll make people think we shoot them into space, and then they can go spread the word that the earth is not flat, it's actually a globe. Yeah, that'll work. Great idea. What the fuck? Katy Perry is hot, though. I mean, she's crazy as the day is long, but she is hot. Y'all remember that when she was on game day at Ole Miss? That what year was that? Was that like 2017, 16, somewhere around there? Y'all remember that? Let me see if I can find a clip. Yeah, here it is. Here, look. Hold on. Turn that down for a second. All right. Y'all remember this?
I don't remember.
This was 10 years ago, so 2015.
But when Verizon announced that I could lock
Oh,
in
I was close. I said 2016.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy.
Can you hear me now?
Was going to be here anyway.
It was like electronic Mozart.
Dressed for the occasion to make predictions on this spectacular, magnificent Magnolia State Honeytown Saturday.
What was this, for the Egg Bowl or something?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
That's the Grove at Ole Miss. I know that. But she had Mississippi State coffee mugs in her hand.
Are too young to remember Woodstock. Maybe they've read about it. This is like Woodstock in the South. They have closed University Avenue to traffic. Yeah. The cell phone towers are shut all day. Saturday selections time. You can play virtual Saturday selections, ESPN.com. Search Chevrolet. Time now for our very, very special guest picker.
This is back when Lee Corso still knew what day it was. That's how long ago this was. Boy, I bet she's fun. If you know what I mean. Look at how young Lee Corso is. I mean, he still looks old, but he looks like 20 years younger than he does now. It's only 10 years ago.
What's the Ole Miss connection?
Well, actually, I'm so happy to finally be at a game because I've been invited to a game for about 10 years. My manager is from Ole Miss, and also my mentor, Glenn Ballard, is from Ole Miss, so I'll be sitting with them today watching the game. And
Your first college football game ever today?
It's my first college football. I know, right?
Yeah. This is a pretty big scene.
I mean,
The Super
I've
Bowl's
never
a pretty
seen
big
any
scene,
kind of
too.
tailgating like this.
Yeah.
Chandeliers in the whole thing. This
Out
is
of
amazing.
control. It's out of control. The Super Bowl is also a pretty big scene. There have been some rumors.
All right, where's the part where she gets crazy? That's what I want. I don't want to watch 12 minutes of this. Where does she get crazy at? That's what I want to see.
Nice.
Ohio State is going to win this one by a field goal. That's nice, sir.
By a field goal.
Yeah,
I still love you, Trevor, not call me. I still love you.
Oh, yeah.
No, but this is Trevor.
Come on, man. Doesn't she like get up on the desk or something? Or am I misremembering that? Maybe that's what I wanted to happen. I don't know.
Katie, your turn.
Are you?
Listen,
Rebel Red!
who'd you pick?
I pick Ole Miss. Come on.
Listen,
She's drunk.
All right. listen, I've been here. I've been at ESPN 27 years, and I've always wanted to come to this place, the Grove. It's the most beautiful place I've ever been. Look at these great people. They are beautiful girls, great campus, and everything else. I want the Grove to hear this pig. Shh. Katie?
Yes, sir.
You like music? Well,
a bit.
Let's hear this song then.
Good morning, Vic. All right, here we go. What does she have inside of that cup?
Wait a minute. Shh. Cut the music. I couldn't do this to these great people.
Are they drinking hottie toddies?
Forget about it.
Isn't that what they drink? Hottie toddies? All right. I don't know. For some reason, I thought she did something crazier than that. But anyway, she went from this. She went from that to this.
Look on dollar.com to get our lowest rates.
Why are you in my house?
T-minus 1 minute to go here.
Now, look, I can't be the only one that noticed that this rocket that they shot them into space with is shaped exactly like a penis. I mean, I know I'm not the only one that noticed that.
Engine thrust vector control built-in test in work. Vehicle is now on internal power.
It's a giant rocket dick.
See those, what they call the bit checks, the built-in test checks. As you mentioned, Kristen, inside the capsule, you know, as you said, this is like a bridled beast. This thing wants to take off.
Switch to onboard helium.
Here we go.
Jeff Bezos is like, Elon Musk is not the only person that can shoot people into space. I can do it too.
Good luck and Godspeed, ladies.
To cock it. There you go. There's Jeff Bezos right there.
T-minus 22 seconds and counting.
Now, he put his fiance on this rocket. Jeff Bezos did. Now, I don't know if I'm about to get married to a woman that I love, that the first thing I want to do is put her on a rocket. That doesn't sound right. Maybe he secretly wanted that thing to blow up. So he didn't have to get married again. His last wife took $40 billion from him.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Command engine start. 2, 1. Ignition. Liftoff. New Shepard has cleared the tower.
Yeah, that's pretty damn cool there.
Flight. 6,000 feet climbing. Begin throttle down for Q limiting. Engine response looks good.
You're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy.
Mach 1. Vehicle is supersonic. Engine back up to full throttle.
Supersonic.
Look, there's Oprah.
Max Q.
Look, it's Oprah.
Maximum dynamic pressure. That's when the vehicle, the stresses between the atmosphere and the speed are at their maximum. So to punch through that is so important. You see the BE3 engines is firing beautifully. You see the stream of steam behind it. Those ladies right now are having an incredible view on their way to space. passing through 80,000 feet, 1,300 miles per hour. You're going to peak at about
I want to go to space, man.
100 miles an hour over Mach 3.
Mach 3.
The speed of sound. Shortly coming up,
Robert, have you not been paying attention?
we'll have MECO, main engine cutoff. We will turn off the engine.
They shot Katy Perry into space, Robert. That's why we're watching it.
Will continue their ascent to space.
Stand by, MECO.
And our
there you saw the main engine is turned off.
200,000
separate the
feet.
capsule from the booster, and at that point, Kristen, that's when all 6 astronauts are going to start to feel the weight.
How many miles is that?
Shortly thereafter, we're going to let them unbuckle.
And that right there is the most critical milestone of this whole ascent. Oprah watching her best friend go to space.
No, look, Oprah's crying. All right, I'm gonna fast forward here. I want to see the landing. Yeah, here it is. This is interesting.
Stand by, Trogs. Stand by, Trogs.
All right, shortly here, we're waiting to see
There it is.
the drogue parachutes deploy from the crew capsule. Those are like the guide parachutes. There go the drogue parachutes.
Just free falling right there until those drogues came out.
And then next will be the main parachutes that get pulled out.
Hear that screaming inside the capsule?
And all 3 parachutes reefing, and they will slowly inflate.
Boy, that'd have been fucked up if them parachutes didn't work, wouldn't it?
10, 15 miles an hour.
They would have just splatted.
They're cruising back home.
Yeah, they're scared shitless. I'd be scared shitless too if I was free falling in the sky and that whatever that capsule.
And I tell you, Kristen, from having gone through all of the simulations, I have gone through all of the training. They put you in the capsule that simulates all of this, including the sounds, and when you hear the motors of the parachutes pop out, that is the best moment in flight.
Because I know Blue Origin does everything they can to make this as safe as possible, and you'll have an impeccable safety record, but it still has to feel really good when you know that you're coming back to Earth with those parachutes fully deployed.
I'm surprised they didn't land them in water, because you'll see here in a minute, if you haven't seen it already.
You can see the capsule.
It looks like it's going really slow, but it's not.
Going to be landing north and east.
I mean, it hits the ground pretty hard.
Coming down softly and beautifully. 500 feet.
I mean, it's falling at like 50 feet per second or something. I mean, it's pretty fast.
When it touches down, a puff of dust.
Actually, yes,
that's normal.
A puff of dust, last milliseconds. Air cushion.
Here it goes.
Up the dust.
Watch this.
It's a very soft landing, despite the
soft landing. My ass. Look at that. That's a soft landing. God damn, man. I mean, I guess it worked.
Congratulations and welcome.
Was that Khloe Kardashian? The fuck?
Do status check. Double shot.
No, that was not a soft landing.
And just some incredible images.
I guess nobody got hurt, so it worked.
Copy. Welcome back. Feather.
Nice. Let's wait for just a moment
Anyway,
here. Make sure
there you go. Katy Perry in space.
Beautiful.
Is that a car? Yeah, that landing set off a car alarm. Yeah. All right, let's see if we can find anything in the news here this morning. breaking news from the Pigskin Pete YouTube channel. How many of you guys heard about this? It seems weird to me. Mark Zuckerberg suggests wiping everybody's Facebook friends and making users start all over from scratch to boost the platform's relevance. Now I don't like Facebook, so I'm not even on it. At one point, I tried to make a Pigskin Pete Facebook page, for my YouTube channel, and of course they wanted me to send them a photo ID to prove that my name was Pigskin Pete, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, anyway, let's see what this says. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg once floated the idea of wiping users' Facebook friends to boost the platform's relevance. The email was revealed as a part of FTC's landmark antitrust case against Meta. The FTC is... Okay, so he's not really going to do it. So this is from an old email in 2022. Zuckerberg wrote in a message to senior Meta executives, one potentially crazy idea is to consider wiping everyone's graphs and having them start again. So he's not doing it. This is clickbait. So, clickbait. What? Gene Hackman and Betsy Arkawa's cluttered rodent breeding ground home seen in new police videos. What? Y'all remember? So was it a few weeks ago they found the whole family dead and the dog too? Gene Hackman, his wife, the dog. This is what the inside of their house looked like? What the fuck? Are y'all seeing this? Are they hoarders? What the hell is going on in there? The Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office released new videos and photos on Tuesday of Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arkawa messy home nearly 2 months after their tragic deaths. Several minutes of body cam footage obtained by Page 6 showed officers walking through rooms of multi-million-dollar compound, revealing many of the late movie stars' wife's personal items. The video showed police had access to walk through the kitchen, private bedrooms, small rooms which appeared to be cluttered with dog crates, beds, books, boxes, and more belongings, including prescription bottles, toiletries, groceries, and a lot of clothes. Some parts of the home appeared more tidy, but others were in complete disarray with feces and urine still inside of one of the bathroom toilets. A blood-stained pillow in the bedroom. The fuck? Look at that. What's going on there? I like how they put these, they're labeling all these items as evidence. So they got 1, 2, 3, like, bro, there's like 80 different things on that counter. One officer could be heard in one of the clips telling another cop that they had smelled something upon entering the premises before noting that Arkawa had been found dead in a nearby area. Excuse me. Betsy Hackman. Now, why are they showing the prescription bottle on here? That's weird. Thyroid medicine. There's a big box of drugs there. Earlier this week, it was revealed that Hackman and Arkawa's $4 million compound had become a breeding ground for infestation, with several dead rodents, droppings, and nests found throughout the property. So I guess they're talking about rats, maybe? However, the public health department determined that the main house showed no signs of infestation. So they had multiple buildings on their property. I guess some of the other buildings had rodents in them, but not the main one. The new videos and photos do not appear to show animal droppings that were reportedly found, like pointing to how Arkawa and Hackman had been unaware of the dire state of their home. Okay. So they were just messy people. That's what it sounds like to me. You know, you'd think if you're that rich that you just hire a maid or something, you know what I mean? Mice poop on the counter. Bar brawl among rival biker gangs turns deadly in Southern California. This is like Sons of Anarchy. I don't know about where you guys live. I guess maybe it's just mostly the warm state. We got a bunch of biker gangs or whatever you want to call them around here. You guys know how Scott Kerr when he does the news, he always talks about the Hell's Angels Bar and Grill in Goose Creek, South Carolina. I mean, he's not wrong. There is a Hell's Angels Bar and Grill. That's not what it's called, but there is a Hell's Angels bar in Goose Creek. Two men, reportedly members of the Mongols Motorcycle Club, have been arrested in connection with a deadly bar brawl earlier in San Bernardino County. The violence, according to news release from the U.S. Department of Justice, unfolded in the early morning hours of March the 4th in a bar in Ontario. Prosecutors say the Mongols members, 51-year-old Montclair resident Clifford Buckshot Lavoie and 31-year-old Upland resident Julian Jules Polito. Sorry, this is funny. Buckshot and Jules violently attacked a member of Vagos, a rival biker gang identified as VS in court documents. VS was reportedly inside the bar wearing a Vagos club member gear when he was approached by Polito and Lavoie, who allegedly demanded the victim show respect to them as members of the Mongols. An ensuing argument escalated when the Mongols members overpowered VS, assaulting him by punching him in the face, kicking him in the face, in the head and the neck, and choking him. I guess it killed him. When the victim tried to run out of the bar, Polito allegedly pulled out a gun and shot him several times in the back, causing the victim to fall through the door of the bar and bleed out on the sidewalk. He was declared dead at 2:45 a.m. God damn, man. So they beat the shit out of him. He tried to run, and then they shot him in the back. That's fucking cowardly. Look, I get to beat if you want to beat up the rival gang, whatever. I don't know. I'm not in a gang, so I don't know the fucking rules, but, you know, I get to beating him up, but why shoot him in the back? What's the point of that? Dumbass. Huh. Well, enjoy prison, buddy. 'Cause that's where you're fucking going. 'Cause you're an idiot. What the fuck? StreamYard is open, by the way. I'm only going to read one or two more stories. Then anybody who wants to come on can come on for the remainder of the show. Dozens of student pilots sue United Airlines as its flight school over fraud allegations. What? Tesla-powered neighborhood in Houston, a first of its kind in North America, a local real estate broker says. A Tesla community? The hell? What are these, like smart homes? Must be what it is. Utopia Homes built 11 Tesla-powered houses in the Oaks of Shady Acres subdivision in Houston Heights. Next Gen Real Estate says 4 remain on the market. Broker Jamie Fallon says that Tesla equipment has many benefits and she has no concerns about the Tesla name despite recent backlash against the company's owner, Elon Musk. Is this her? Hold on.
Images like these have come in from across the country. People upset with Tesla owner Elon Musk's actions in Washington, damaging Tesla cars and dealerships. But what about the Tesla-powered neighborhood now open in the Houston Heights?
Not at all. In regards to Elon Musk and the political climate, we're not involved with that. We just sell houses.
They look like multi-level townhomes that you see all over Houston these days, but these are actually unique, and here's why.
So if you follow me into the second landing of the garage, you're going to see the Tesla Powerwalls.
Powerwalls that can provide electricity to these homes for up to 5 days, an alternative to a generator when the power goes out.
Last month, I lost power in my house for a few hours and I had to replace all the groceries in my fridge. So I know that that's something people care about.
But where does the power come from?
Yeah.
Another Tesla product, their solar shingles.
Solar shingles, look at that.
Huge solar panels. It's actually Tesla shingles throughout the entire roof.
There are a total of 11 Tesla-powered homes in this subdivision, with 4 still on the market.
My question is, that's pretty cool that you got solar panel shingles, to power the house. That is cool, but first of all, how long does that last? Like, how often do you have to replace that roof? And let's say it lasts 15 years, whatever. I don't know. What, you gotta pay like $70,000 to replace the fucking roof on that thing? I mean, I don't know, man. Now, if they guarantee that they like, is there some sort of warranty where like they'll guarantee it for 30 years or something? I guess maybe then, but that's not cheap. I mean, that's not like putting on a regular roof. So, that is cool though. What happens when it starts a fire? Where's the batteries? Yeah, well. Billionaire Jeff Bezos, speaking of Bezos, sells Seattle mansion for a record $63 million after he and Lauren Sanchez relocated to Miami. I guess Lauren Sanchez is that chick that he put that he shot in the rocket with Katy Perry. $63 million? God damn, man. This guy had more money than Batman. Yeah, his ex-wife is the richest woman in the world because he gave her $40 billion when he divorced her. Or she was awarded $40 billion in court. I'm not going to read. This is just too sad. I'm getting out of the news. 7-year-old girl drowned by her mother. God damn, people are weird. That's just sick. Yeah, he left his wife. Then he went and got in shape, like, working out and stuff. Then he got him a younger, hot girl. And now he sold Amazon. He's out there just living his best life, man. You can't hate on a guy. I'm not hating on Jeff Bezos. You know what I mean? Good morning, sir.
Yeah, he's only worth $250 billion.
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Yeah, poor guy. I don't know how he's going to make it. Elon's worth, I think, a little under $400 billion. But you were showing those homes. He's already building campers, Tesla tiny homes. That all be electric.
I'm pretty sure he lives in a Tesla tiny home.
He might just.
I think he does.
Yeah, so he's way ahead of his time as far as an inventive type of guy, by all means.
Yeah.
And I don't understand the ration of shit he's being given just because he supported Trump. I know people are going to hate on Trump, but look, he was the delight of the left for so long because he built. 80% of the people that bought Teslas were Democrats.
Yeah,
in the heyday,
of course.
And now they want to burn them. That makes zero sense at all to me.
Yeah, well, look, first of all, every single president gets backed by billionaires. That's just the way it is.
Absolutely.
So, this isn't
Joe
new.
Biden was backed up by billionaires.
Yeah, of course
George
he was.
Soros, for instance. Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Gates.
Yep.
So look, that whole thing is people are all up in arms about him pointing out the waste that the government has. Why is that like a partisan thing?
Why is it a bad thing, too?
Well, yeah.
That makes no sense. I think what's happening is the spigot is about to be closed for all those that were using those funds to fund themselves and all their friends.
Yeah.
So I think that's the why they're raising immortal hell about it. We shall see. I could be wrong. And you talk about Hell's Angels bar, and there is a Hell's Angels compound in News Creek.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
I told you I've been to that bar before.
You've been to the bar before?
Yeah. Well, it moved. It used to be called, I think it was called Spanky's, and it was on College Park Road.
Yeah. Okay.
Right near Crowfield, kind of.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So I used to have a Harley, and I rode a lot, and so I was driving down College Park Road one day on my bike, and I saw this bar with there was 50 bikes out in the parking lot. So
hey, I'll
I was like, I'm going to swing in here and have a beer and see what it's like in there, right? Well, I walk in, of course, I'm fucking wet. I'm like a fish out of water in there. Like, as soon as I walk in, it's like in a movie when, in an old Western movie when, somebody walks into the saloon and everything stops, the music stops, and everybody turns around and looks, and it's silent, So they're looking at me like, what the fuck is this guy doing in here?
Did you go in and drink a beer?
I did. I said, fuck it. I sat down at the bar. Of course, they're all wearing their, Hell's Angels jackets.
Yeah.
And stuff. I sit down at the bar and order a beer, and the bartender's looking at me like I got two heads, Well, after a couple of beers, they started to warm up to me. They started talking to me, and they thought it was cool that I was in there and I didn't give a fuck,
Right.
So I had a couple beers and left, but that was it. But I didn't go back.
Well, they might have thought, you know what? He might be, kind of a scrawny guy as far as us. He said, but he just might whip our ass. We don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they were all.
If you got the gonads to walk into a Hell's Angels bar, you have some gonads. No doubt about it.
Now, to be fair, I bought a round of shots for everybody sitting at the bar. That was the first thing.
Well,
yeah.
That's
I was like, I sat down and I ordered a beer, and I was like, you know what? Everyone at the bar here, give them a shot of whatever they want. So
you're being an ambassador then.
Yeah.
By all means, okay. You could run for Secretary of the State there.
that's how you get it done.
Right. Oh man. That's great. That's great. I didn't know you did that. Wow. I mean, so many people would be absolutely, it would be dangerous to walk into a Hell's Angels bar. Look, most of the time, I think the rule is they won't mess with a citizen.
No, they won't.
they won't bother with a citizen. I mean, if you're just a, just a straight guy and, you just accidentally walk into a Hells Angels bar, I don't think they'll kill you.
There's a motorcycle club right here, like less than a mile from my house, right on State Road, the main road, like where my neighborhood is. If you go down towards Monk's Corner, there's a house there, and it's their clubhouse. They have a big sign and a flag out there that says it's the whatever. I forget the name of the motorcycle club, but it's the clubhouse, and there's always bikes out there. So,
would it be the Iron Horses?
You know what? It might be.
Because they used to hang out at the Ice House a lot.
Oh yeah.
And all these guys are fairly wealthy guys, insurance brokers, real estate people.
Yeah.
And they get to put on their patch and go around in their on their bikes on the weekends.
Yeah.
And I just thought, you guys are not even 1%ers. You're make believe bikers is all you are.
Yeah. They live in a gated community.
That's right. They live in a gated community.
They're playing dress up on the weekends. That's what they're doing.
Right. Yeah, you can't get in.
Yeah.
Unless you have your pass, security's not going to let you in. Yeah. That's funny, man. That is so funny. But, it got to be, they were there on a regular basis, and, they were okay. They were all right. Never caused any problems or anything like that. But it seemed to be, I think that the club must have kind of broke up, because then I see the guys going in there without their patches, just being regular people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've studied the whole mindset of, I've read Hell's Angels from Hunter S. Thompson, and, love Sons of Anarchy. That gives you a great insight into, what a Hell's Angels club is, and saw all the documentaries about Hell's Angels and all that. So I kind of know, what they think and what they do and all that. Yeah, but you don't want to mess with them.
Did you? So now I fucking Nature Boy. What's the name of that guy that was on Joe Rogan a couple of weeks ago? I sent you that episode. He was an undercover FBI agent that was in. He like lived in a biker gang for a couple of years.
I know who you're talking about. I've seen him. I can't think of his name, but yeah.
That was an interesting story. They almost killed him.
Yeah.
Because he was wearing a wire. He was wearing a wire, and they made him strip down. And somehow they didn't find the wire, but they almost did. Scott Payne, that's his name. Yeah. He infiltrated a biker gang, took down that whole criminal organization. He actually became best friends with one of the guys in the club, and he ended up, being the guy to take him down for murder and all kinds of shit.
Right.
But then he went undercover in a fucking white supremacist group. Now that one was weird. Like, those people were certifiably insane. Like,
right.
Yeah. But yeah, pretty interesting.
Let's see what he said. They say he spent 25 years
undercover
for the FBI, infiltrating outlaw biker gangs and neo-Nazi groups.
Yeah.
And man, does this dude have some fucking insane stories.
He does.
Wow. I'll have to watch that episode with Joe Rogan.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it shows a picture of him when he was undercover, and he looks like, a tough biker guy.
Yeah, it's funny too, but it's kind of like he spent so much time in the club that the lines of reality start to blur.
Oh yeah.
When you're that deep undercover for that long, doing all the kind of shit that he was doing, like it starts to feel like that's your real life. You know what I mean?
Well, those guys became brothers.
Yeah, you start to care about the people that you're trying to prosecute. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, he said that one guy, I forget whatever the guy's name was. He was like one of the main guys in the club, and they became best friends.
It's a whole story like Donnie Brasco. Yeah, you infiltrate the mob or any of these, criminal elements or gangs. Yeah, and you have to really infiltrate in there and to earn their trust. Yeah, that's going to happen. I can see.
Rich Chat says it's good storytelling, but how much of it is true? Well, I guess you never really know, but I think most of it's public record at this point. So, I mean, I think most of it is true.
Yeah, I would believe him.
Yeah, I don't know why he'd lie.
I don't think you come over too much bull. Yeah, why would you lie?
Well, he did write a book, so I guess you can inflate the story a little bit to sell books or something, but I don't really know if you're undercover for 20 years inside of a biker gang. I don't really know that you need to inflate anything. I mean, all the murders and the drugs and all of the robberies and whatever else that went on, that's all public record.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I'll have to look this over, man. This is a different guy than I thought, because there was another guy that infiltrated him, I think, in the 80s and 90s, and really took down. I think he took down the Phoenix biker, Hell's Angels biker.
Is
group.
that what there was a movie made about that, wasn't there? Based on that?
There has been talk of making a Hell's Angels movie with the founder. He's got throat cancer. He was actually on Sons of Anarchy a few times as a celebrity, not a celebrity guest, but he was on there as one of the people. Oh God, what is his name? I'll look it up. Hell's Angels leader.
This Scott Payne guy, he was
Sonny Barger.
Sonny Barger. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, the same thing that happened. He's already passed away too. He died in 2022. But when Hunter S. Thompson was, he was writing a book. Okay, so when he was involved with them, he got pissed off because one of the bikers beat the living hell out of one of the old ladies, and he said, "Hey, that's wrong." He said, "That's bullshit." And so they beat the living hell out of him.
Yeah.
So, but they're they're not to be mangled with, and they do have their own rules, man. I'll tell you a funny story. Here at Ladson at Exchange Fairgrounds, there was a motorcycle rally there. Okay,
I remember this. Yeah.
This guy knew that he did roofing, like in all the ritzy places around Charleston, and he did this rally, and one of the stands was the Hells Angels of Goose Creek. So I went over and said, "Hey, can I get one of those patches?" He said, "Hell no, no, you cannot." I mean, he got mad at me.
Yeah.
I said,
you're not a member of the gang.
He's like, man, you know what you have to do to get one of these?
You have to earn that shit.
Yeah, you
have to be in the gang.
Yeah, I think you got to kill somebody to get one of those things or something. I don't know.
Absolutely. But they had a Hells Angels poster that was promoting Janis Joplin in San Francisco. And it showed a Hells Angels biker with his old lady on the back riding down the road. So I bought that to appease this guy. He got mad.
They don't do that. They used to do that every year. They used to have a rally every year at the fairgrounds, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they stopped it. Somebody got shot out there.
He lost so much money doing it, he finally gave it up.
I thought they did. I thought the city shut it down because somebody got shot out there.
No, I think they did have some fights. I don't know if anybody got shot.
Okay.
I mean, he brought in Kid Rock one time.
Yeah.
Which, say what you will about Kid Rock. Kid Rock puts on a hell of a show.
Oh, I saw him live at 96 Wave Fest in I don't know what year that was, 1998, maybe?
Yeah.
It was, I was like a senior in high school or something.
Did he still have Little Joe?
That was before Little Joe died. This was right whenever he first came out with that album that hit big. I can forget the name.
I saw him around the same time. I was selling for a station in Albuquerque called The Edge. So they had Edge Fest, like Wave Fest, and the headliner was actually "Hey Now, You're an All-Star." What's it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Who?
Hey, now you're an all-star. Get your game on. Yeah. Who is that?
Smash Mouth.
Smash Mouth. Yeah.
Okay, so Smash Mouth was a headliner, but damn, Kid Rock went out there before Smash Mouth and just freaking destroyed the crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, he was unbelievable.
Yeah. I still remember to this day because they don't give you, like any other concert you go to, like they give you a list of who's going to be performing. At Wayfest, they didn't. Every artist that came up was a surprise, so nobody knew that Kid Rock was going to be there. So when he came out on stage and with the ball thing,
bang to bang to bang.
Yeah, ball with the ball to bang diggy diggy, up jump the boogie.
Go Vic, wrap it off, Vic.
That place went absolutely nuts. Women started taking their fucking shirts off. It was crazy.
Yeah, man. It was they brought in a bunch of great artists. I mean, just to see. I mean, Korn played at this damn thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really good, man. I can't remember all the bands, but they were right at the top there as far as rock and alternative rock at any given time.
One year they had Incubus showed up there. That was when they were big. Whatever happened to them?
They're still out there.
Are they?
As I know. In fact, I just saw something about them. I think they're still touring.
I bet. Yeah, I bet they're not making any new music, are they?
No.
They had their original stuff was good.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I guess they're just living. They're just living off of that. They're just touring off of that same shit, 25-year-old shit now. I guess.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean,
okay. Here, I found. Okay, let me see if I can find the lineup here. Okay, they had Bare Naked Ladies, Everclear, Fastball, Fuel, Hum, Marcy Playground.
Bare Naked Ladies. I forgot about them.
Yeah, and let's see, and then Kid Rock and Smash Mouth.
Yeah. That's a hell of a lineup.
Yeah, those are the only two I've ever heard of.
Oh, Seven Dust.
You never heard of Fuel before, Vic?
I never heard of any of those.
I bet you if I played a Fuel song, you would recognize it.
I might, yeah.
Marcy Playground is I Want Sex and Candy.
Yeah.
What that is. Seven Dust played too. I remember that. And you know what they played? They played a bluegrass set.
Really?
Like, what the fuck, man?
Seven Dust did? That's interesting.
We'd think that they could play a bluegrass set, but they did.
They must have just got bored. You're like, you know what? I'm tired of playing this fucking same song day in and day out. Let's play bluegrass instead.
But you know what? The crowd loved it. The crowd ate it up.
Bluegrass is hard to play. I mean, if you can play that, you're a real musician if you can play that. Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
I mean, it's not really my cup of tea, but I get it,
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I respect it.
Yeah.
For what it is.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think the guy who's reviving bluegrass these days is Billy Strings.
Well, you know who else is, what's his name? Shit. The best, probably the best country singer out there right now. Now his name's just escaping me. You guys all know who he is. He sang the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. The fuck is his name? He sang the who am I thinking about? You guys know.
Garth Brooks?
No, man.
No.
Shit. He's got the voice of an angel. This guy, Chris Stapleton. Thank you. That's it.
Chris Stapleton. Oh yeah.
Chris Stapleton. Before he became a huge solo, world famous solo artist, Chris Stapleton, he belonged to a group called the Steel Drivers, which is a bluegrass group.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. I wonder if the Steel Drivers are still around.
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, I like their music. It's good.
Yeah, they're still around, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love that because Billy's last album, which was huge, won a Grammy, I think, was nothing but bluegrass, and Billy can play. I put him right up there as the most exceptional guitarist. I don't care if it's rock or country or whatever it may be. I mean, Billy can play any freaking thing, and he's just talk about talent. I mean, he's exceptionally talented.
Oh, Yoda in the chat, we were talking about the Bloodhound Gang. You know that song, the lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying? Yeah.
I wouldn't know, but
lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying.
I don't know. I've never gotten a lap dance from a stripper who was crying. So.
Oh, that's a fucked up song.
Maybe that's a goal for you, Vic. Maybe you can find that. I'll tell you how long it's been since I've been in a strip club. Was the popular song at that time was "Where You See the Size of My Dick."
I have gotten a lap dance, but it wasn't at a strip club.
Where was it?
Where was it, Vic? Uh-oh. Don't tell too many tales now.
Vic, you wouldn't know what to do inside of a strip club. Your head might explode.
Which one?
Both. I went to one, I guess it was like 2 or 3 years ago. It was interesting. That was the first time I'd been in a long time. And you know what's funny is, of all the places, I ran into one of my best friends from like high school in there that I hadn't seen in like 20 years. He's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah, running into old pals at the old strip club.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh, Lord. That's great.
We had a good time.
I mean, I used to frequent the strip clubs, especially when I lived in Albuquerque. Well, because all of them were my customers. They advertised on our rock station. So I went in there, at least went into 3 different clubs a week.
Wow.
Yeah. Because they paid money up front. They paid cash up front. So any kind of club or nightclub like that, they had to pay cash in advance for any kind of advertising.
Yeah, there's some characters inside those places, that's for sure.
Oh, good God, man! Those were good times, and there were a little bit of dark times.
Hey, if you want to see some real down bad shit, go to one of these ones that's open at lunchtime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They got a fucking buffet in there. Boy, shit.
Right. I used to go. I mean, me and a bunch of guys on a Friday when I worked for a consulting firm for radio. On Fridays, we'd go to a place called Chapter 2, which is actually featured in Breaking Bad. But that place was, oh man.
I think I told the story one time.
Daytime dancers and that shitty all-you-can-eat buffet.
I told the story one time on the Midday show, I think. So I used to work at this landscaping construction company. This is like in the early 2000s, like 2002.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was like 23 years old. My boss one day, we worked outside. We did like all new installs, grading for all these new properties. Anyway, it was pouring down rain. So we called it a day. It was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. My boss is like, "Hey, there's a strip club that's open during the daytime. It's a couple of miles away. Let's all go." So we're like, "Fuck it. Okay, let's go." So we go. The day shift women are not the same as the night shift women. Okay.
Oh, hell no.
So this one stripper in there, she clearly had been up all night from the night before. She was completely shit-faced. I mean, trashed. She could hardly walk. She's up on the stage trying to dance, but she's so drunk that she can't even do that. She turns around and bends over, like we're sitting up at the stage, She turns around, bends over to put her ass in like one of these guys' faces, and there's just shit running down her leg.
Oh my God!
She shit herself on stage.
Holy moly! Wow!
I said, it's time to go, bro. I can't see.
Now, if your friend was German, he might have enjoyed that.
God damn.
Damn, man. Whoa.
They had a couple other strippers had to come and like pick her up and like carry her off stage and take her into the back. Like, oh, I said, check, please. It's time to leave this one.
I'm sorry. I got a phone call. I got to go. I'm sorry.
All right. Oh, God. Needless to say, Vic, that's the last time I went back to that place. You know what the name of the strip club was? It was right by the airport, so it was called the Landing Strip. It was open at like 11 o'clock in the morning. Oh, fuck. Anyway, Vic, what'd you think about that? What'd you think about them shooting Katy Perry and Gayle King into space? Did you watch that?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah. So Katy Perry did not become a firework.
Oh, she did. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
The landing strip had a mud hole at the end. Yeah. That one did. Yeah, that's for sure. Vic, I was thinking about starting a GoFundMe account for me.
Okay.
Because I hear that Jeff Bezos is going to start like sending people into space like commercially. It costs 30.
So you want space?
Yeah, a round trip ticket from space back home apparently cost around $35,000.
Wow.
Now you only get to stay in space for like fucking 8 minutes or whatever, but that's fine.
Hmm.
You know, I can get some pretty good YouTube content from space, I think.
Yeah.
You think they'll let me take my cell phone in space?
Yeah.
I wonder if can I live stream in space? Do you think?
Probably not.
No. What if I get Elon Musk to put one of those? What's that shit called that he does? Starlink. Yeah.
Yes, then if he could do that.
Yeah, I take a Starlink with me.
But I don't know. I don't know if YouTube works in space. But
YouTube doesn't work in space. Is that true?
I don't know, but.
Yeah, as long as you got the internet, it should work.
Do they have the internet in space?
Well, that's what I just said. Starlink. I
thought Starlink just beams the internet down to the earth, though.
Yeah, but you have to buy. It's like a box. That's why wherever you go, you take the box with you, and you get. It's like portable internet. So if I take the Starlink box on the ship with me, you think I can't get a signal because I'm in space and so is the satellite? I don't know. Oh, Yoda says it's $150,000?
Dang! Wow.
Oh, damn it!
You gotta have that some of Katy Perry's money to go up to space. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking it was $35,000. I could probably make that happen eventually. You know, but $150,000, I can't afford that.
Eventually.
I mean, I'd have to win the jackpot on the Ultimate Texas Hold'em table at the Flamingo to be able to afford that. That's not fake news, though. When it wasn't this past year, but the first year that we all went to Vegas, Sir UJ was sitting at a Ultimate Texas Hold'em table, and the woman sitting right next to him won $350,000 on one hand, Vic.
Wow.
Yeah, she hit the progressive bonus bet thing. And
Yeah, you'll be able to go to space twice.
Yeah, with $350,000, hell, I could fucking live in space.
Yeah.
Build me a house on the moon, Vic. Yeah, I would have to sell my house to be able to afford a ticket for 8-minute space ride. You know, all I really have to do, Vic, is just wait like probably about 5 or 10 more years, and AI will be so good, like virtual reality will be so good that it'll feel like I'm in space. But I don't even actually have to go. I could feel like I'm in space while I'm in my living room. You know.
Right. Well, be the same as actually being in space.
Yeah.
But.
And I won't die, which is also a plus, I think.
Right. Well, I mean, Katy Perry didn't die, so.
Yeah. Well, she got lucky. What do you think about all the people saying that whole thing didn't happen?
Who said it didn't happen?
Oh, a lot of people.
No, it happened.
Yeah. Every time someone goes into space, the flat Earth people, like they can't handle it, so they just go, it was not real. Didn't happen. It's just a big psyop. So this is how like schizophrenic these people are, Vic. We're like, well, it didn't happen. We're like, well, it's on video. We saw it happen. Well, that's just fake. You know, it's just like a movie. Like movies look real too, but movies are fake. I'm like, okay. So, but why? Why fake that? Well, because, you know, they see all the flat Earth people exposing the truth. So, you know, now they've got to fight back and with propaganda videos like this. So, if you're the let's say that you're the U.S. government or whoever they think is trying to hide the shape of the Earth from us, and they go, okay, listen, these people are getting smarter. They're starting to figure out that the Earth is actually flat, Vic. So we got to do something about this. And some guy raises his hand. I got an idea. Yeah, what's up, Bob? What should we do? Well, I think we should put Gayle King and Katy Perry in a rocket to prove that the Earth is not flat. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Who can we get to fund this? How about Jeff Bezos? Sold.
Yeah.
Katie, imagine that. God damn. One thing that's not flat is Katy Perry's chest. That's for sure.
Nope.
That is definitely round.
Yep.
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 I will volunteer to prove that to people. I can prove it. All you got to do is let me touch them. And I can report back to everybody else. They filmed it in a desert. Now, the moon landing one is actually pretty interesting. I'm not opposed to believing, and boy, Scott Kerr gets mad when you say this, but I'm not opposed to believing that they faked the moon landing. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to fake it. We were in a Cold War with Russia. That right there is a motivation just to try to make the Russians believe that we had that good of technology, that they would back off. So, I don't know about the moon landing, but I'm pretty sure Katy Perry went to space for 8 minutes. Anything more than a handful is a waste? What? Mm-hmm. That is fake news. That is fake news.
Who said that?
Jay Shipe said that. I'm a boob man, Vic.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I like boobs. Big ones, too. Yeah, exactly. I got 2 hands.
Well, I mean, yeah, well, I don't like them to be too big.
How big is too big? I mean, if you're talking about these people that get these implants where they got like triple Fs, you know, that's just, they look like a cartoon character at that point. But how big is too big?
I don't know. Yeah, I can't really tell you how big is too big, but, you know, I know it when I see it. So.
I hear you. What's worse, when the women get those giant implants on their breast, or when they do the BBL thing?
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, they're both pretty bad, but I think that the giant tits is worse. But
I don't know. Some of those big BBL surgeries are. I mean, they look like bookshelves. They look like they surgically implanted a bookshelf inside of their backside.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Welcome to the show, Dan the Diesel Man.
Yeah, good morning, Pete. How are you?
How you doing?
Another day, I unfortunately received some bad news.
Is this Caden?
Yeah, of course it is. What's up? What's up, Caden? What's the bad news?
Found out my boss just passed away.
Really?
Oh, that sucks.
Damn. Which one? The one at the farm?
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. My buddy's great grandpa just passed away. Almost 95 years old.
Oh. Well, that sucks, but he's 95 years old, so it wasn't really that much of a shock, was it?
A ripe old age.
Yeah.
A ripe old age that, honestly, he was the guy that first hired me when I was 12 years old to start working on his farm, and I got paid, let's see, I got paid a pretty good amount of money. I started out at $18 an hour.
So he said, fuck the law and fuck the child labor laws. I'm going to hire a 12-year-old to work on a farm for me.
I got free food and I live close. Damn, so, I mean, what am I going to do? I mean, I liked it.
You realize what he did was illegal, right?
And you know what? Because the thing is, it was a kind of a deal because, so my great uncle farms close to where they live. And my great uncle never let me do any lawn chores, never let me mow the yard. But my buddy's great grandpa, who I worked for many years, and this would be 8 years that I worked for him, about almost 9. I used to mow the yard for him. I would fertilize the yard. He taught me how to wrench. And I'll tell you what, many, many memories of going out to breakfast in the morning with him, drinking a cup of coffee with him. Ah, man, the guy was amazing. A great teacher, too. But,
well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, you know, heaven's got another friend to jump along the way with. So, you know what? I'm honest. It's happy but sad. And I have the gray truck that's in my profile picture. That's actually his original Chevy C70. We were going to put a different engine in a few years ago, but
so
I don't know why the heck.
So he was like, you know what? Donald Trump's deporting all the Mexicans, so I can't have them on the farm. So instead, I'll just hire a 12-year-old.
Well, and you know, he taught me everything I know how to do. He taught me how to change oil in the tractors. He taught me how to hold an impact gun right. He taught me how to do basically everything. Heck, him and his 2 great grandsons that I worked with for many years with, we tore down a corn planter. We could tear down one corn planter, all the row units off with less than like 20 minutes, and then put the thing back together in like 15 minutes. All 3 of us.
So what kind of, is it a corn farm you work on?
Corn, soybeans, they grow some wheat, and then some hay. The hay is just to sell it to like dairy farms. And
corn, soybeans, and wheat?
And then some hay, cover crop seed, hay, mostly. But the guy was awesome, and I appreciate every day that I spent with him. He was, my God, unbelievable.
Have you ever run backwards through a cornfield?
No, just forward.
Who said that? Momo, you ain't right, man.
But I'll tell you what, one thing he told me a few years ago, he said, Dan, can I tell you something, buddy? I said, sure, boss. What you want to tell me? He said, you know how everybody likes all them new tractors and everybody's like, oh, loves all them bells and whistles that they got in them things? I said, yeah. He said, I just wish John Deere would make them simple like they did for years. And I said, boss, I can 100% agree with you on that. I said, you know what? I like how they're making farm tractors easy to operate, but I just wish they built them simple, like before 2011. Like, come on, nobody needs all them bells and whistles and nothing else. Just a good tractor, the good engine that they got in them, a good transmission.
Yeah, they got fucking
That's
air
all they need to
conditioning
have.
now. They got air conditioning and all kinds of stuff in there.
Well, the thing is, here's the thing, Pete, that you're not understanding, is that how much technology they stick in them things is so annoying. Even my great uncle who farms with red tractors, Case International, to be specific, he can't even get in he got him in the cab of them things, and he couldn't even figure out what the heck to do.
Yeah, like a spaceship.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how to fly this thing. Too many buttons.
He said it'd take him about 2 years to figure out.
Yeah. I don't know.
And I'll tell you what, I still drive the guy's old John Deere 4430. I still mow with that I've mowed with that tractor for a long time, 7 years actually, and I love that tractor. That was like my one favorite tractor that I drive.
Baby, take a ride on my big green tractor. Who sings that song?
Yeah.
That's Jason Aldean, and no, Pete, I didn't have no chicks in the tractor with me.
Yeah.
It was just I was just by myself. But you know what? I just like hearing the sweet sound of that 6-cylinder engine, turbocharged, just going down the road. That's all I wanted to hear. Was
That's
a sweet
interesting.
sounding 6-cylinder, turbocharged, liquid cooled, 466 cubic inch Deere engine. That's all I wanted to hear.
You sound like when you talk about a tractor, it sounds like you're getting turned on. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's just, I love tractors. What do you mean? I grew up around John Deere tractors.
Okay.
I mean,
I believe you.
I love John Deere tractors. I grew up around John Deere tractors. I worked on John Deere tractors. What do you mean? It sounds awkward to you because you probably never drove one. Dadgummit.
Yeah, I have. A lot of them. Skid steers, tractors. Yeah.
Have you drove anything before maybe, say, 1995?
Yeah. Yes.
But I just love the sound of just them old school old iron John Deere tractors, 4020s, 4320s, 4620s. Heck, I've driven everything from a 2-cylinder Model A, narrow front hand clutch electric start, to a brand new 8370R, but I prefer tractors before 2002. That's like my limit. Well, I just like that they're easier to work on and easier to not have nothing to worry about. And they're just a solid old tractor.
One of the John Deere tractors, we use it as a to pull it was called a 5-gang. It's a reel mower.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's 5 giant reels that you pull behind a tractor to mow grass with on the golf course. Yeah, for a golf course. And we had a it was a John Deere tractor, and it was old, and it was a manual transmission, so you had to shift. It had a clutch, the whole thing. You had to, when you were driving it, it had 6 gears. I'm trying to remember how old that thing was. It was probably like 1990 model or something.
Was it a 855 or 1055 or 1050?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They use those extensively, and those things are some solid little tractors. And actually, I got the news. My buddy's grandpa's old garden tractors that he has. I may got a deal to them, but I told the grandkids I want them to have them because I don't got enough room in my house to keep them. And plus, my great uncle won't let me keep them at his place because he doesn't like John Deere. He's an international guy. So I just told him to keep them there, but at least I have a couple things of his.
Have you ever seen the movie Tremors?
Never heard of it.
Well, you have a homework assignment before next week. You need to find a way to watch that movie. Now, there's a part 2.
I don't got time to watch movies, dadgummit, Pete.
Well, you can find it. That was a John Deere tractor in that movie that saved everybody's life from the giant worms under the ground.
Well, you know what? The bottom line is I knew John Deere tractors are always good tractors in the beginning. ever since I first turned the key on that 4430. And heck, even that 955 of his, I used to moldboard plow with at tractor shows. I pulled a 3-bottom, 13-inch John Deere moldboard plow with.
All right. All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Caden.
Dan, Caden's not my actual name. Caden the man is just the character I play to,
Well, that's what I'm calling you.
Pissed off.
That's what I'm calling you.
That time, but Pete, here's my 2 cents to you, buddy.
Okay. Here we go.
Just my 2 cents. If you ever come up my way to the state of Ohio, come up to the farm show in September. I tell you, it's a good time.
A farm show. Okay. I'll be there, buddy.
Show you around. It's a good time.
All right. See you later, Caden. Farm show, he says, Vic.
Yeah, the farm show.
Yeah. Now, if he would have said gun show, I'm all for that. But I don't really have interest in looking at the latest farm equipment.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because I'm not a farmer. So, I mean, I don't know why I would have, What am I going to do with a $200,000 corn harvester? I don't have any corn, Vic.
Yeah.
I did, I am growing, I planted a garden this year. Guess what's in my garden?
What?
Yeah, 3 different types of vegetables. What do you think they are?
They got tomatoes.
Yep. Bing, ding, ding, ding. That is correct, sir. Tomatoes is one of them.
The cucumbers.
No.
Eggplant.
Wrong. Nope.
Let me think. Squash.
Wrong.
I don't know. Name a bunch of vegetables.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got the tomatoes right so far. There's 2 other ones, though.
Let's see. Zucchini.
Wrong.
I don't know. Carrots.
Wrong.
I'm trying. I don't know.
Hey, Rich Chat got one of them. Ding, 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 ding. That is correct, sir. Peppers, but you got to guess what kind of peppers.
Peppers, are they?
Now, hold on now. Technically, both of the other vegetables that I'm growing are peppers, just different kinds. So you have to now you got to figure out which kinds.
All right. So you got.
No, not jalapenos.
Bell peppers.
Yes, green bell peppers is one of them. That's correct. Ding, 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 ding. That is correct. So far we've got tomatoes and green bell peppers. What's the third one?
And I don't know,
not habanero, no. Not ghost peppers, no. Not banana peppers, no.
So they're not hot peppers.
I didn't say that. They might be.
Okay.
They might be.
Are they red hot chili peppers?
Ding, ding, bam, Vic. Ding, 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 ding. That is correct, sir. Red hot chili peppers. Yes, that's what I got.
Yeah, did you just plant those because you like the band, or?
No, because I like red hot chili peppers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to make some. I got to figure out what I'm going to make with them. I want to make some sort of salsa. You know what I mean? Yeah. With the tomatoes and the peppers.
Mm-hmm.
Make some sort of salsa, like some fresh. Well, that sounds good, doesn't it? Like a homemade, fresh chili pepper salsa.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, my mom has a garden. Yeah, it's a big garden. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the real thing. Now here's the thing though. I've got to keep them alive long enough for them to produce fruit. You know what I mean? I mean, a dead tomato plant's no good to me, Vic.
Nope.
A dead tomato plant does not give me tomatoes.
Yeah. It will not bear good fruit.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I'll let everybody know. I'll take pictures once my masterpiece is finished with. But in other news, Vic, did you hear that next Thursday I'm doing a 24-hour live stream?
Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah. So right now I'm planning on starting the live stream at around 6 p.m. That's the night of the first round of the NFL draft. So I think the draft comes on at 8?
Yeah, probably about probably 7 or 8 probably.
Yeah. So that'll take up 3 or 4 hours of 3. So from 8 to 11 is the draft, the first round probably. So that'll take up about 3 hours. I'll start 2 hours before, so that's 5 hours. So now I only have to fill 19 more hours, Vic.
Yeah.
Well, I guess technically on Friday there'll be the second and third rounds will be televised during the daytime, right? So we can watch some of that on Friday afternoon.
Right.
I'm planning on having some people on periodically. I think Uncle Lou said he'll come on for an hour or two Thursday night after his call-in show. Traveling Fools, I'm trying to get him to come on. Last time I did the 24-hour live stream a couple of years ago, Traveling Fools came on and did. You know how he does trivia on his channel?
Yeah.
So he came on and did like what he does on his channel, but it was on my stream. He read the trivia questions and we kept score and everything. So maybe we can do that. I texted him yesterday, asked him if he was interested in coming on and doing trivia during my stream. He said he'd try to make it work. So, do I grow them in a raised bed? Yes. So I ordered, I don't even know what the fuck you call the thing. I had to put it together. It's basically like a giant planter. It's like 4.5 feet long and like 2.5 feet wide.
Mm-hmm.
It's just basically a big. Oh shit! What happened? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Somebody inform Vic that I gotta.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think
y'all can hear me, but Vic can't. I don't know what happened. I got kicked out of StreamYard. I gotta reboot it. So Vic's in there by himself, just hanging out. Yeah, Vic can't hear me, but y'all can. All right. I'm back, Vic. I don't know what... StreamYard got tired of me and kicked me out. Vic?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. What was I talking about?
You're talking about the garden. You're talking
Oh, yeah. So basically it's like a container of sorts that you just fill up with soil and grow it in there. Am I going to be talking about farms again? No, I don't plan on talking about farms again. Momo wants to know why am I doing a 24-hour live stream? Because I hate myself. There is no reason why. The last time I did it because I hit 5,000 subscribers. Remember that?
Yeah.
I promised everybody when I hit 5,000 subscribers that I would do a 24-hour live stream. So I did. That's why I did it last time.
Yeah.
The last time, though, it was during college football season. So what I did, this was smart on my part. I started the stream at like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning on game day, on Saturday. So we watched, that was a good 12 hours of it right there. That was half of the stream, was watching football. I don't have that this year.
Yeah.
So now I got to actually come up with things to do.
Yeah. So I thought, didn't the last time you did it, I thought you started it out as your call-in show that you do on Friday nights, and then let that turn into the.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what I did. I started the stream at like 10 o'clock on Friday night. I don't even remember what we did on the over. Like, you know, at the 3, 4 o'clock. That's when things get really weird on those streams. It's like 3 or 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning because most people are sleeping. So the people that are on at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning are, you know. Anyway, I don't remember what I did to get through those few hours. But then the next morning came, and then it was football all day and all night. So that was great. Do a commission rant segment. I'm sure I'll do. Yeah, if somebody wants to like super chat me to rant about something on my live stream, I'll do it. I ain't got no shame in my game. I can rant about just about anything. Are those folks like people at casinos at 3 to 5 a.m.? Yeah, well, well, people at casinos at between 3 and 5 a.m., they're down real bad. They're down worse than people on StreamYard at 3 or 5 a.m.
Yeah. Please go and rant on your 24-hour live stream, because the last thing I remember you ranting about was Canada, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, somebody paid me like $10 to rant about Canada for 10 minutes.
Yeah, do you think that maybe I should do a 24-hour live stream?
I don't know, Vic. I mean,
I've wanted to for a long time, but dude, I don't know how I would do it. So are you gonna be one of those that you break it up into like 2 parts or something?
Yeah,
so
you
be live literally for 24 hours.
Well, I'll be live for 2 12-hour segments back to back.
Okay.
So YouTube won't upload 24 hours of video. Their max is 12 hours.
That's why people split it up then.
Yeah, I mean, you can stream for 24 hours, but it'll never be seen again by anybody.
Right.
Because it just it won't upload.
It won't count watch hours or nothing.
It won't upload. So, I did that last time too. I did 12 hours or like 11 hours and 55 minutes or whatever it was. Then I stopped the stream, waited like 4 or 5 minutes, and just started a new stream.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'll do this time too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think that people would watch my channel at 3 a.m. or?
It's hard to get anybody to watch at that time, no matter how many subscribers you have or anything. I mean,
I feel like I have nights where I'm up at 3 a.m. If I see your live, Vic, I'll comment and join or something.
People
I'm tired, but
might be interested in seeing what Vic does at night.
3 a.m.
Yeah, if it gets to like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and there's like 4 people watching, I'll just go into the fucking video roulette room and gamble. Just gamble for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, Sven. Yeah, Sven will be there. I might be able to get Volusia to come back on because he won't have to come on at midnight like he normally does. He can come on at like whenever, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that'll be during the day for Sven, Volusia. Yeah.
Volusia.
Now, I don't know what time Lou does his important research or anything, but if you go live at 3 a.m., it's making the morning show like that morning or the next day, because they'll talk about it and be like, "Why was he up at this time?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when Lou did one a few years ago. It was during the off season too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how many of you guys in here right now were in that chat. I was on the show. I was on the phone with him. But from like 4 a.m. to like 6:30 a.m., that was the last 3 or 4 hours of his 24-hour stream. Things got really crazy in there. That was the infamous whenever Mayhem Matthew was in there confessing about how he likes to pee on people.
Uh-huh.
Like pee on his girlfriend or whatever.
One?
Yeah.
Can you find? Is this still up?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I need to play that on our show next time.
I think it got taken down.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, things got real weird. Then Lou pulled up Pornhub and was looking at. We were watching pee videos. It got really crazy in there.
Oh my god.
things went way off the fucking rails, dude. But
get your whole channel taken down. I mean,
yeah, he wasn't showing it on the screen, but of course everybody, all of us on the StreamYard could see it.
Oh my!
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't put it on the screen, but you could hear it. It was. Oh boy.
No, it's a good thing he didn't show it because it would get him taken down, and then we'd all have to rant on YouTube. Stop mistreating Uncle Lou.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly why it did get taken down. I can't remember why. He must have been a copyright violation or something.
And be like Edward and get your channel shut down. Yeah.
Well, the difference with Edward is he like out of nowhere would get P-bombed. Right? Isn't that what happened with Edward?
Yeah. He became a target because he didn't know how to like. He didn't know. We tried to tell him what to do to get around it.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't listen. He just trusted everybody. I wonder whatever happened to him. Oh, Battle Angel says that. See, that's what happened. It didn't upload because he didn't break it into two 12-hour segments. He just did 24-hour straight hours. So it didn't upload. So it didn't get taken down. It just never uploaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just never uploaded. Yeah.
Yeah.
So YouTube, if you were to stream for 24 hours, do they not upload it and keep it because of like, they would think you're cheating the system, or because it's too long, or what?
Yeah, I think it's an issue with like storage. You know what I mean? Like I don't think the YouTube has enough power to upload a 24-hour video.
Oh, okay.
And even the 12-hour ones, it takes hours and hours and hours for that to upload. It doesn't upload quickly.
But I would be good if I went live for like 24 minutes. I'm good there.
24 minutes?
Yeah, I'm just making jokes now. But whatever.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Pete, did you start the carnivore diet yet? No, I do want to do that though. I'm also crazy enough. You know what else I want to do? It's going to be hard though. Is a 72-hour fast. No, not a 72-hour, 36-hour. What did I say? No.
72 hours.
Yeah, 72 hour, 3 days. That's 3 days, right?
Yeah, fast, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. 72-hour fast.
3 days. Yeah.
Nothing but water and maybe coffee. For 72 whole hours, Vic. You think I can do it?
You're going to go 72 hours without eating anything.
72-hour fast is easy? Yeah, I don't think it's going to be super hard, but I have heard the first 36 hours is pretty brutal. And then after that, you start to actually feel good.
Yeah, you're going to be hungry, yeah.
Yeah, your body goes through withdrawals of sugar and whatever else that you're used to eating.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, you're just, smooth sailing after that.
We did my church did a 3-day fast, and then we went to Waffle House after the third night because it was like our Wednesday night service, and me and the guys just went out to Waffle House and tore it up.
And I would like to do the carnivore diet. I wouldn't do that permanently, but I would like to do it for like 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem. Let's say I ate 2 ribeyes a day and a couple of eggs maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That's expensive. We've already got a high grocery bill because we got me and my wife and we got 2 kids who eat us out of house and home because they're growing kids. And then if I did the carnivore diet on top of that, that would probably almost double our grocery bill. That's the price. It's the money's the issue, really. Is the reason I haven't done it.
Yeah. Well, that means where you eat only meat.
Yeah, it's essentially
Meat's expensive.
Well, meat and eggs. So, steak is the main thing. Of course, you could. I have some venison in the fridge. I could eat that. I mean, in the freezer, some deer meat. Yeah, any kind of meat and eggs. The thing is no carbs at all. So your body goes into ketosis once all the sugar's gone.
Right, no carbs at all, but no fats either.
No fruits, no vegetables, no bread, none of that. No sugar at all. I think you're allowed to have coffee. No rice, no potatoes. No sugar, no carbs is basically what it is, yeah. I guess what I could do instead of eating
I think the hardest fast to do.
Because eggs aren't expensive, so I already eat 2 or 3 eggs every day anyway. I've been doing that for a few months, and I feel great. Yeah. I either scramble them, but most of the time I eat hard-boiled eggs. A little bit of salt and pepper on them. Damn, they're good. Yeah. But I guess I could eat like 2 or 3 eggs for breakfast, and then not eat lunch and just eat like a big steak for dinner, and that'd be it. The hardest thing for me, though, is going to be not drinking any beer for 30 days because you can't have any carbs, and that's what's in beer. I guess I could still drink. I would have to drink something like vodka, though, which I don't want to be. Yeah, I don't want to drink. That's too much vodka. I don't want to kill myself, Ballard. The whole point is to be healthy, not unhealthy.
Yeah.
Drink Georgian wine. What is that?
Vodka doesn't have.
Does wine?
Vodka doesn't have carbs.
Vodka doesn't have carbs. No, that's why women love it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't. Does wine have carbs? Well, it's got sugar in it.
Got sugar. It's got.
This definitely has carbs in it. Yeah.
It's got grape juice. So yeah.
Yeah. Ace Hill carb free, a 0 carb beer. A 0 carb beer? I've never heard of that.
0 carb beer.
How is that even possible? Is it? How do you make carb-free beer? I don't know about this. I got to look this up.
They take the carbs out of it.
How do you take carbs out of beer? Does it have alcohol in it? Carb-free beer. Now look at this here. Bud Light makes it. Michelob makes it.
No way.
Bud Light Next is what it's called. 0 carb beer. Michelob Ultra Zero 0 carb beer. Here's another one. Burley Big Head. No carb beer. That's crazy. Who knew?
I just thought of like this funny comedy bit I heard one time. There was this comedian. I'm not sure if he's still around. His name's John Panette, and you ever heard of him?
I don't think so. I don't know.
He was talking about one time he was put on this diet, and they wanted him to do just juice, like juice stuff. And the third day, he tried to juice a ham.
Okay.
I just want to throw that out there. Nah, it was just funny, I thought.
Somebody just asked us to tequila.
A liquid fast or something like that was like that.
A liquid diet.
Well, yeah, like I don't know if I could just do that.
Look right here.
I probably could. I don't know.
Tequila does not have carbs or sugar. So that would fit right in. I like tequila. Oh, it says it's low in sugar. So it does have some sugar in it. But no carbs. So I guess I couldn't drink tequila if it has any sugar at all in it. You can't be a grown man and drink the skinny girl line. Of course I can. Nobody has to know. You know. Huh. Jay, you have a liquid lunch every day. Jay's lunch is Miller Lite. Isn't that what you drink, Miller Lite? Well, I know that's what Slaw used to drink.
Who did you just add to the stream here?
True Seminole.
Oh, what's up, man?
What's going on, guys?
Yeah, you know what my favorite beer is?
Hmm?
Do you know what my favorite beer is?
No, what?
Cold beer.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't care what kind of beer it is. Whatever's on sale is what I buy.
Why do you think I'm a big Sam Pittman fan? He wants to go get a win. He wants to talk to the team, and he's going to sit back, have him a cold beer.
Yeah. Now, sometimes I will, like, if I'm in the mood for something other than like a light beer, I'll buy like an IPA, which costs more. But 99% of the time, when I go to the grocery store, I'm looking for that sales sticker. Whatever's, $5 off is what I'm buying. I don't care. Beer is beer,
The first beer I had was...
The first beer you had was at the Slav Olympics in Panama City Beach, right? Yeah.
I tried Miller Lite, which I can get down with, and then there's this one that my grandfather drinks called like Two Hearted IPA, I think.
I gave you a Coors Light.
Oh, at the Slavs, yeah.
Yeah, I think Jay gave you a Miller Lite, then you finished that one like in 2 seconds. Like you chugged it. And you're like, I want another one. And so I gave you a Coors Light. You chugged that one. And then you said, hold on now.
You're like, slow down.
Yeah, like this is not how you're supposed to do this.
It's like it's not a race ballad.
I thought you were supposed to chug it. But...
No. I mean, you can, but that's like some, college kid stuff to get drunk real fast. But most people just drink it like regularly. Like regular.
Well, I went to the Flops to try to win. I thought it was an event.
No, beer drinking was not an event.
Oh.
It's just what we were doing.
Joking. You know that.
Yeah, we were all doing it because it was fun.
Yeah.
So then,
the events are fun
so
too,
Ballard chugged two beers, and then so people, I forget who it was. They're like, cut him off, like he's going to be trashed. So I wanted, of course, I'm the devil of the group. I'm like, I'm wanting to keep feeding them beers. And they're like, no, stop feeding. I think I gave you one more, and they were like, don't give him any more. And I was like, why not?
Yeah.
I want to see.
Now I don't know.
I want to see Ballard get shit-faced.
When we were on the cruise. We were on the cruise this year, and was it Friday or whatever? I had a drink or two, and I don't know if y'all could tell when I was in the casino. I was drunk, like a little bit. Like I was so buzzed up, man. Like
on the cruise.
I just remember it happening. I don't remember anything that was said, but we were in the casino one night, and I was just like all giddy up, happy, like, yeah, on the cruise.
Yeah.
But
was able to get my hands on my favorite beer this weekend. Dogfish Head 120. Yeah, I like Dogfish Head. You know what I drink most of the time? There's two different IPAs I like. One of them is that from Sweetwater 420. That's an Atlanta brewing company.
My grandfather gets that.
And the other one I've been drinking a lot lately is called Sierra Nevada Hazy Little Thing. It's like a green can. Oh, Voodoo Rangers are very good. If I go anywhere like a restaurant and they have Voodoo Ranger on tap, I get that. I love it. Yeah. But it's expensive. Like if you go like at Publix to buy a 12-pack of Voodoo Ranger, a 12-pack costs like $22 or something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My dad likes Voodoo Ranger.
Yeah. It is good. It's expensive though. That's the problem. It's like 9% alcohol. It's strong beer. It has like twice as much alcohol as like Budweiser does. You know. No, I've had Golden Monkey. I didn't. It's okay. You know. Every once in a while, Publix will have like a buy one get one free Voodoo Ranger 12-pack or whatever. I'll get that when that happens. I mean, it basically is just half off. You know what else your dad drinks is rusty. What's it called? A rusty screwdriver or a rusty nail?
Rusty nail.
Yeah, rusty nail. That's a man's drink there, buddy. That is a fucking man's drink. Let me look up the ingredients of this thing here. A lot of places don't even know how to make them. Rusty nail cocktail. Yeah. All right, here's what it is. I know he was excited on the ship because nobody knew how to make it. He found one bartender, I think it was in the casino, that knew how to make it. Let me see if I can find the ingredients here. Come on, I don't want to read the fucking story about how it became a thing. All right, so it's Scotch, Drambuie, which is like a whiskey type liqueur. So you're mixing, this is two different types of liquor here. Here's the steps. Add the Scotch and the Drambuie into a mixing glass with ice and stir well chilled. Strain into a rocks glass over a large ice cube. Well, that doesn't sound hard to make. It's just you combine 1.5 ounces of Scotch and 3/4 of an ounce of Drambuie, shake it up, and then pour it into a glass with ice.
Yeah.
I guess the confusion is people don't know like the ratio of Scotch to Drambuie. There's like an equal balance there that you have to have. You can't have too much Scotch and too little Drambuie, or too much Drambuie and not enough Scotch. So it's I think it's about portion that people get it wrong. But I'm not going to lie. I've never had one, but it sounds disgusting. It sounds gross, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
I had the tequila sunrise.
Yeah, you had the tequila sunrise, which is basically like a fruit punch. I mean,
I think I did try that one. That was pretty good.
Yeah, it's tequila, orange juice, and some other kind of juice. It's like cranberry juice, maybe something like that.
I think it is.
And juice. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Vic sucked down that tequila sunrise. He drank every single drop. I had to hold the straw for him so he could get the last bit out of the bottom of the glass. And as soon as he sucked that thing down, he looked right at his mom and said, "Put my seatbelt on." And she's like, "Are you serious?" He goes, "Yep." So she put his seatbelt on. He goes, "Let's go to the party." We were about to go to the 80s party. I said, "Damn, Vic's ready to go dance, man."
Wait. He should have rolled up to that riding song. They see me rolling.
Yeah.
Hating.
Yeah.
It's funny.
That was fun, though. Did you have fun at the 80s party, Vic?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did too.
Speaking of all this cruise and stuff, are we getting close to nailing down next year's location?
Getting close. Probably going to be Nashville, but.
I think we're going to try to make an announcement and narrow it down on the next Lunch Money show. We've been off for a few weeks. We had stuff going on, and then this past Monday, Lou was sick.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully, we got to get nailed down because people have to start making plans.
Yeah.
We say usually by the end of April. It's the middle of April now, so we got to get this thing nailed down here in the next week or so. So
I'm pumped.
Yeah, we're going to Nashville. Yeah.
I didn't say that.
What were the other suggestions? I suggested Birmingham. I think someone said Charlotte.
Yeah, we had Savannah, but I've already been to Savannah, so I've never been to.
Yeah, the two most popular ones were Savannah and Nashville.
Yeah.
I really don't care either way. I mean, for me, Savannah's definitely convenient. It's only a 2-hour drive from here.
It would be a much shorter drive.
Yeah.
And we're also more likely to have good weather, so.
That's also true. But I've been to both Savannah and Nashville. As far as from a fun factor, Nashville's 10 times more fun than Savannah. Yeah. There's a lot more to do there.
Already been to Savannah, so it'll be fun to check out Nashville. Yeah.
It's going to cost me a lot more to go to Nashville if we do that. I'm not driving there. It's like a 9-hour drive.
Yep.
To fly in there. They got a direct flight from Charleston.
Shoot, I gotta be within 5 hours of both Nashville and Savannah, right?
I mean, 9-hour drive from Columbus to Nashville. Where you stay in Clemson, if you don't mind me asking, like the general area?
I don't stay in Clemson. I stay in Charleston.
I mean in South Carolina. My fault.
Yeah, Charleston area.
Yeah. It's how far from Nashville?
I think it's like 8 or 9 hour drive.
Oh, I know from I used to live in Lake City. It was an 8.5 hour ride for us also. So I didn't know. I used to think y'all was closer for some reason.
Well, let me look it up.
I don't know. I don't remember. It depends on how fast everybody drives too, I guess, too.
Nashville, Tennessee is 8 hours and 8 minutes, according to Google Maps.
I'm about 2.5 from Nashville, and I'm about 6 hours, maybe 6.5 from Savannah.
So, I mean, a flight from Charleston to Nashville is like 90 minutes. Yeah. I mean, obviously it costs more, but by the time you factor in gas and all that, it's not really that much more expensive to fly. Probably spend $200 just in gas. Then you got to find somewhere to fucking park around there too, which is a whole other problem. So, I don't know.
There's definitely a counter argument there, yeah. I mean, it definitely got that. It's not that much more, really.
I think we'll probably pay $700 or $800 for the two of us to fly there, round trip. So, I don't know.
Is Trump still having a dinner with Bill, that one dude on that left wing show or whatever?
Oh, Bill Maher?
Yeah. Are they still having a dinner?
They already did.
Oh shit! How long ago did that happen?
A couple weeks ago.
God damn.
Yeah, Bill Maher talked about it.
I've been smoking too much, apparently.
Well, you done lost your track of time.
I damn straight did.
The true Seminole fucking smoked himself right through a wormhole. You changed the fabric of space and time. When did that happen? 2 weeks ago? What?
Oh shit!
Smoked him right into a black hole. Yeah. Oh. All right, guys.
What do you think? Real quick, y'all see the Ohio State team going to the White House? What'd y'all think of that?
Did y'all see Bow? Let me ask you about this.
JD Vance.
Yeah, JD Vance. He broke the dropped the trophy or whatever. But did you see? I'm surprised this isn't being talked about more. Did you see Ballard? What Ohio State put on their national championship ring? Did you see what they put on their national championship ring?
What? No, what they put on?
A crucifix.
Type shit.
A giant crucifix right on the top of the ring. Let me see if I can find a picture of it.
I do have to head out. I got an interview I'm recording at 1 here, so. But thanks for letting me on, Pete.
Yeah, no problem.
Mother.
Whose phone is ringing?
What's on your interview, Allard?
Don't worry, I ripped it out the wall. Don't even worry about it no more. I'm kidding. I unplugged it.
I can't find a picture of it. Somebody posted a picture of it on Twitter. They haven't got the rings yet. I think they get them. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Here, look at this. Look at this. Look at this fucking thing. God damn, son. This one right here.
I'm going to see if I can tap into your screen there because I can't see it on screen.
Oh, it's right off of... I hope there's no Muslims or anything on that team because they'll be screwed. They got to walk around with a crucifix on their hand for the rest of their life. What if there's a Jew on there? They don't believe in Jesus.
And this ain't Notre Dame that won the national championship.
No, this is Ohio State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
Tight stuff. I didn't know Ohio State was so big on faith.
Ohio State national championship rings were designed with numerous meticulously crafted details, including a cross on the inside. Oh, that's on the inside of the ring, not the outside of the ring. Demonstrating the team's commitment to their faith. So they're just like, you know what? If you're a Muslim or a Jew, fuck you. We don't care. This is Jesus' ring.
There you go. Well, Jesus died for everyone. So.
Yeah, but Vic, you do realize that Muslims and Jews don't believe that. So there is that.
I don't know. All religion's been shit talking each other since the end of time, since the beginning of time. You know, it's never gonna stop.
I just think it's funny that.
I just think it's cool to sit back and watch them throw stones. That's cool.
I mean, I can understand if Notre Dame did it because it's a Catholic school, but I don't know. Whatever. It's silly.
I don't know. Is Ryan Day a big Christian?
I don't know. I guess so. I don't know.
He's got that much pool in it, I guess.
I know that before the season started, they were doing baptisms and shit. Like they baptized like 50 players in one day.
Wow.
Yeah. And they make fun of Dabo for the Jesus thing. Dabo's not out there doing mass baptisms. Fuck. Oh, God. Anyway, I do have to get off a little. I started the show 30 minutes early because I had to get off 30 minutes early today. So I do.
Yes, sir. You take it easy, bro.
Yeah. Talk to you later. Go back and watch the Bill Maher thing.
Nah, I'm good now. That's a few weeks ago. I just seen it on Twitter. I was like, or X. I was like, I've never seen that.
You pull it up on YouTube. He talks about it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, people are mad at him because he had lunch with or dinner with Trump. And he's a liberal.
Well, you take it easy, bro. You have a good day.
All right. Thank you. All right, Vic's Tube, what you got going on today? Anything?
I'll say, I'm going to be filling in for the Celine show. So.
Oh, okay. So that's at 3 o'clock?
Yeah.
All right. So everyone check out VicTube at 3 p.m. He's going to be filling in for Celine Driver. Any special plans? Any special guests you got going on? What you got going on? You're just gonna wing it?
No, not really.
All right. So he's just gonna wing it, which is also great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with that. All right. See you later, Vic. We'll see you at 3 o'clock.
Okay. See you, Pete.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate you. And I'll be back Friday to do it all again. Somewhere around 11 a.m. I don't know. Maybe a little bit earlier. Like today. We'll see. Anyway, see you then. Have a good day.